Hi everyone, you're listening to Talent Out Loud. I'm your host Fernando with 3 R's. Here we get to the heart of the music industry. This is where we dive into the backstory, we get advice, and everything that makes the artist an artist. Today on our show, we are honored to have willb with us at theofficialwillb. Follow him on all social medias. He is a superstar. Welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So who is here with you, and what does that mean for this person specifically to be at your side?
Well, I have my father/manager, and I'm super happy to have him by my side.
Now, introduce your dad. Tell us what's his background, how is he helping you, or could you do it without him? We want to know everything about that dynamic because I think it's so interesting because I'm Latino, family means everything to me, and that community, to have that support is so important. Tell us his name and his background and everything else.
Well, this is my father, Edward Whitesell, and he is a landscaper. And he has a landscaping business in Vegas that he owns. And I guess when I just started my music career / acting career, he has always been there to help me through it and support, and back me up with everything.
So Dad, can I call you Ed?
Yeah,
Dad? I'm calling you Ed. So Dad, tell me how you first noticed his talent and whose decision was it to move him forward into the music industry? Not a very, easy career, if you will, but tell us your why.
Probably, I would say between 2 and 3 years old, he was always, dancing and singing, and we noticed he had some talent and got him into modeling, and he won a baby contest at 2 or 3 years old. And at 8 years old, he was just an entertainer, like a Jim Carrey, funny type of character, and loved to sing and perform. And so we started taping him, and next thing you know, he got his first audition for a national tour musical. He got the part. Traveled around the U.S. for a year. So we traveled with him for 11 months. He's performed in front of 2,000 people in 950 shows. It was around the U.S. It was pretty crazy.
I can tell you're proud of him, and all this sounds so easy, right? It's like boom, threshold after threshold, milestone after milestone, ever since you were a baby. But what are the struggles or sacrifices that you as a father had to put up with, and also as a manager, and are they the same struggles?
Yeah, it's a tour. It's a lot of work. Trying to do all this stuff. Between work and my business and his business and traveling, and you have pets and
Other siblings.
other kids. And they're all jealous, and it's a tough road. But we give them 100% support. On everything we do, and of course he comes first over my company. I drop everything to the side. I pass out his cards more than my own, just to try to get him out there. So it's a tough road.
Did you ever feel like, I think we should stop, or was there anything that just made you almost want to quit?
Me?
Both of you as a team, because I feel.
I don't think so. I know, after the tour, we had a big thought of if I want to continue doing shows that are on tour, or go into more TV and music and stuff like that. And I know my father didn't want to tour because it's hard with his company and stuff. So we had to choose to go with TV and movies and music, and that was actually a big choice that I actually like now.
I mean, when you're into acting and singing, it can get very expensive between, singing, acting lessons, and, pictures and auditions, and, making, buying clothing, doing, shooting videos and writing songs, and it just keeps adding up. It's you definitely got to have a little bit of money to back it, so that's a lot of the drawback.
Your career has landed you where you are, even appearing in a music video with John Legend. Do your siblings and your family members see you as a star, or is there sort of that, dynamic like any other family, or are you treated, or you feel like you're, not better than everybody else, but like, hey, I'm busy, do they respect you, or they just like, nope, we don't care, Will, come out, let's watch a movie, dinner time, how does that dynamic in the family work with your career?
Well, I guess it just depends between between my family. Like, I have some siblings that like really support me, and the other ones are like, you're spending too much money, you're not going to go anywhere with this, there's too many people out there trying. And I guess most of them treat me like a regular person.
And they should. They
There's
love
some,
you.
There's
And
some
they-
jealousy, of course, going on.
No, you're kidding. So, with your music career and your creating music, obviously you have to train and you have vocal coaches. What is that process like, and how do you decide who to work with, how not to work with? Do you have a favorite like way or time to work in the day, or how does that creative process come about to creating your music? Do people help you write your content? Do you write everything? What's that like?
Well, I have singing lessons every Monday and Wednesday. And I've been doing singing lessons ever since I was like around like 10 or 11 after tour, just training my voice. It's very important. Like, even if you have a great singing voice, it's just good to have it to make sure like you're not hurting yourself. If you need help with certain things, it's just great to have them. And most of my time I spend songwriting, and I also songwrite with other people too, co-write. But I spend a lot of my time songwriting myself.
What is like your favorite thing to write about, and who do you go to first? Is it mom or dad, and say, hey, I got a new song?
I actually go to them at the same time. I like write a bunch of songs, like I like write, and I put on this like show for them, and like sing the songs that I wrote, and let them like score of like which one they like the best and stuff like that.
That's really cool. I like that. I wish if you ever want to invite me over to a preview of any of your music that you're working on, I'd love to sit down with your family and just watch you do one of those
For
shows.
sure.
That'd be so cool. And that process to me is so interesting, because it seems like you listen to not only your family but yourself as well, and that's important. So, what is one of the like number one advice that you can give to people, to new artists, to upcoming artists, even experienced artists?
Just stay strong. Don't listen to like people that bring you down, because that's like one of the hardest things I think, is people that are like jealous of you, people that like tell you you can't do something. Just, you can do it. You just have to work hard for it. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Do you listen to your own music also?
Yes.
Is that one of the things that you suggest people to do, or you should just like write and never listen to your music again, or no?
I believe you should listen to your own music, especially if you're like writing it yourself, because usually when I write stuff, it's about like life stories and inspirational stuff that helps me. So I like re-listening to my music to like get me motivated.
And when you are listening to your music, do you think it's perfect? You're like, oh, that's perfect, it's done. Usually
not. Like, they always say like the hardest critic is yourself. You always think you can do better and better and better. Even if like people are like, that's amazing, there's usually not a perfect score for yourself.
I like that. Dad, are you proud?
Yeah, of course, yeah. He don't know that I'm his biggest fan, of course.
Oh, that's amazing. Now, I heard that you can sing on the spot. So I'm going to put you on the spot. The first song that comes to mind, just sing a cappella whenever you're ready.
Okay. 'Cause if the world is watching, I still dance with you. Drive highways and byways to be there with you. Over and over, the only truth. Everything comes back to you. Oh.
That's one of my favorite songs. I can't believe it. I'm a believer. You know what I'm saying? I do like Justin Bieber and his music. Is he your biggest influence, or who would you say is like your number one role model?
Actually, my biggest inspiration is Dua Lipa. And a lot of people think of her as not an artist that you would like look up to, because they listen to her dance music, and that's usually like, oh yeah, it's fun to party to. But she's actually a really good songwriter, and she has like a whole bunch of other songs on her album that are really good.
Well, thanks so much for being here, Will. I appreciate you sharing your story with us, and you'll be listening to yourself on musicashstar.com.
Yes.
So tell your friends about the competition. You're more than welcome to submit, a video of yourself singing, and hopefully, we'll have you part of the competition, and who knows, win $40,000. I want to ask you a quick question about singing competitions in general. What would it mean for you to win Musicash, to win $40,000? What would you do with that money, or what would you advise for the winner of Musicash to do with that money?
Definitely put it back into music and trying to market myself so then I can be more out there and more famous, and just like investment into myself, basically.
There you go. You heard it right here from Will B. Thanks so much for being here at Talents Out Loud. Thank you, Ed, Dad. I'm your host, Fernando with 3 R's. You're listening to Talents Out Loud on musicashstar.com.